So this week we're going to get crafty, but do something a little bit more low-key than last week, and that is making a pincushion out of needle felt. Now, I've been needle felting on and off for a few years now, and there's just something so satisfying about stabbing something into being. I mean, you have an idea, you have some raw wool, keep on poking it with a stick, and it turns into whatever you want. I love it. I know a few of you have noticed my Toadstool pincushion that I've been using in a few of my videos, and while I love that one, and it's super helpful to use as a pattern weight, sometimes I want something a little bit smaller and a bit more mobile. So today I'm going to make a corsage version of my needle felt pincushion. I do have a store-bought one, which you can see here. It's fine, but you know, I want something a little bit more aesthetic, if you know what I mean. So let's have a nice relaxing day and get to stabbing. So for this project you will need a foam block, stiff cardboard, hot glue, elastic, scissors, needle felting needles and a handle, any sort of decorative trim you might want, and of course your selection of wool. Alright, so before we get to stabbing, you have to decide what exactly you are going to create. I was thinking about things in a circular shape, want to make it a bit twee, kind of cute. I was thinking either doing another toadstool, maybe a ladybug, but I think I've been a little bit inspired by my Mab Graves plate over there. This literally just happened like 5 minutes ago. So I'm going to switch gears, and I think it would be really cute to make it a big fat toad. Oh yeah, I've definitely been inspired. Look at all them toads. So now that we know what we're going to do, let's get started on the project. So to begin with, we're going to trace out the size we want on our pieces of cardboard. I'm cutting this on 2 different types of cardboard and hot gluing them together just to create that extra bit of strength. I am all about the details, so a regular cardboard bottom is not enough for me. So I'm going to take some of this decorative paper and glue it to the bottom to make it more of a fully realized, artistic, crafty piece. With the base all done, now it's time to get to work on our little toad. First, we're actually going to bring out this bad boy. This is a multi-needle puncher. So you unscrew the top and put up to 5 needles in there to sort of bulk up your projects as fast as possible. We're going to start off by using just white wool. This will just serve as the main bulk of the body. Why do I even have this? This does not fit. Do I legitimately not have a screwdriver that works in here? I guess not. Gonna have to force it with my hands. Oh my gosh, this is the danger zone. Just holding a bunch of sharp pins. All right, so we now have this very dangerous jellyfish, and we are going to start bulking up this toad. Oh wow. Ooh, this is not gonna be fun for editing, Celinda. So you're just kind of gently coaxing it into the shape you want and then stabbing it into place. You always want to make it a little bit bigger than you're planning on its final product to be. Because we want to make this as dense as possible so the needles have a nice tension, we're going to be stabbing it a lot, gradually making it smaller and smaller and more dense. So you want to get bigger than what you're imagining. I'm going to start off with this pale green wool, and then I'm going to go in with darker ones to create an ombre effect. So I'm going to start with this darker green and poke it into his little butt. I'm also going to rip up some of the dark green with the light green to create a transition fiber between the very dark and the very light areas. You could find a little bit more success with this by using a wire brush, I guess, like the kind you'd brush a hairy dog with, but I don't have that. So ripping it up it is.
And when the shadows of evening grow nigh, we'll sail to thy window and see. Come take a trip in my ship. Come take a sail among the stars. Come have a ride around Venus. Come have a spin around Mars.
So one thing I really love about needle felting is it's a really nice physical release. Dealt with someone really annoying at work. A friend is all take and no give. Car troubles got you down. It's a very cathartic release. What can I say? It's kind of nice to be stabbing. By the way, is there a better word for this? I did try poking, but stabbing is way more fun to say. But you know, the connotations. So I'm going in with some very thin pieces of the light green wool just to make that transition a little bit smoother. The darker one is kind of dominating it at the moment. It's all about building up layers. I'm quite liking where he is at the moment. That being the face and that being his little butt. So now I am going to go in and put some more details on him. I'm going to start figuring out the details for his face, all while keeping in mind this is the trim I'm using around the bottom. So we're going to avoid going below that line. With my little toad all stabbed into being, it is time for the assembly. So I'm going to measure out a piece of elastic and hot glue it to the inside of the disc that we glued at the start. After that, we hot glue our little friend on top of that, squishing that elastic in nice and tight. And then last but not least, as a finishing touch, I'm going to hot glue this piece of lace around the bottom just to make it look a little bit cleaner and nicer. I really should have considered using something else because this has a lot of holes in it. And I'm probably going to mildly burn my fingers. Once that's all done, it's time to put him into action and reveal my little guy. Alright, he is done. I think he turned out really cute. I think especially with all the pins coming out of his head, it sort of looks like a crown. It's really embodying that frog prince vibe. I think he is very handsome and very dapper, and I'm really excited to use him more. Like I said, I did have one, but now I have one that is very cute and made by me. It's been a little while since I needle felted last, and I was just reminded today of how much fun it is and how much I really like doing it. Really fun to see how it evolved, and I must say it was so nice to start and finish a project in one day. So I think that about wraps it up. Next week there will be no new video as I'm taking a few days off. I'm kind of liking the idea of doing 4 weeks on, 1 week off, just to reset my creative juices and give myself time to plan and gather materials for those bigger projects that I do. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you could like it. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I upload new videos almost every Friday. And if you want to make sure you never miss a video, hit that notification bell and you'll be notified every time I upload. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!